Hello and welcome to Ikkonics, the world's first AI-powered social media growth app. So in this short case study, we'll be taking part in a 1-month study where we'll be taking 3 separate Instagram accounts simultaneously and growing them just to see the performance, the engagement growth, and also how much more followers and just general profile attraction can you get in 1 month. So the reason why we selected these 3 accounts is because they're all in varying sizes. So we have Ikkonics, our first account, which is our own actual Instagram account, where we just launched, so the complete account is at 0. So this will be a good example of how the system reacts to a completely blank account. The next account we added was the Instagram handle Ikkonics. So this account has a little over 1,000 followers, and this will be a good example of how small accounts can really grow exponentially using the system. And then the third account that we added is My Trading Pal. So this is a trading app, and they have just under 10,000 followers. Now this will be a good example of the medium to larger scale accounts and how much more growth that you can expect from accounts that are already doing really well. So let's take us through the growth manager. So to start your growth, essentially head over to the growth manager. So select the account that you want to start, and then essentially at the top here, I want to automatically pretty much select them all. For this case study, we won't be using the welcome direct messaging, just purely because that's something a lot more catered, and that essentially sends direct messages to your new followers with a specific promotional message, or more or less any message that you need. In this case study, we won't be really promoting anything at the moment. We'll just be analyzing exactly how quickly these accounts can grow and to what extent. And now we'll be proceeding to fill in all this information right here. So essentially on the top left here, you have your general targeting. So we recommend anywhere from 20 to 30 keywords, and to change them at least once a week, or at least once every 2 weeks. Now this could be either hashtags, places, or people. These are going to be more or less your main target audience. It could be anything from, if you're a tech company, that you want to target any tech-based hashtags, or perhaps if you want to target specific locations, say London or Germany or perhaps New York, that's where you probably want to select your places right here. And then if you want to target specific individuals or perhaps competitors or anyone that you like their following and you want to target their following, you can select people right here. What the system will automatically do is amalgamate the list, and it would actually use machine learning techniques to learn from your list, understand your target audience, constantly catch up with trending targets, and understanding which posts are doing really well, and then that would also be added to your list, and the system will automatically be engaging with that target audience as well. So definitely add in your broad spectrum of industry-specific targets, and then the system will do the rest. Over here is your phrases and comments. So this will be automatically posted in terms of comments, and of course in terms of likes, the general targeting, will automatically be using those likes. So here you more or less add up to a list of maybe 5 to 10 different comment lines that you would typically write to posts that you normally engage with. So this should also include your own dialect, the way you talk, anything that's branding related should also be here, and that was going to really boost your attraction and engagement, and it's going to actually save you a lot of time, because if you think about how many hours per day or per month that you actually spend on social media rather than running your own business, it's quite astonishing sometimes when you're really trying to grow the account. So this will definitely save you a lot of time by doing this and automating this task. And it would also, you're able to output so many more comments and likes this way, rather than just doing it all by yourself. The repost targeting. So this is an optional module that we've added, which basically reposts already existing content out there, and it also includes the caption behind that as well. Why is this so important? This is actually one of the best ways that you can grow very fast profile views, and just generally your account will be visible so many more times. If you understand how many posts come through on Instagram pretty much per hour, it's several thousand per hour. It might even be in the hundreds of thousands right now. So your hashtag that you posted when you create a new post is only really visible for probably a few minutes at best, at the sort of top of the search, depending on, of course, which category your account lies in. But either way, your post won't be visible for very long. So what that really means is, for you to gain a lot more profile views, you really need to be posting very, very frequently. Now, why the repost targeting works so well is because not only can we be reposting loads of existing content that's already doing really well, the smart algorithms will actually check if the content is doing really well, and it will only actually post things on your profile that are actually doing really well. But it would also be posting this several times an hour. The good thing about this is it's very easily manageable, because you can use the remove after feature, and then essentially here, if you want to go down as low as 15 minutes, your post that it reposted would actually be automatically removed. So your account doesn't look like you're spamming anyone, doesn't look like you're infringing on anyone's copyrights or anything. You're literally just getting that profile views and those engagement figures right up by doing this, and you're not really breaking any rules or anything like that, and you're not looking like a spammer. So this is definitely a very, very powerful tool. And then finally, the last part of the system is the automatic direct messaging, which we won't be covering in this case study. So now we're going to be proceeding, we're going to skip this part, but we'll show you at the end, and we're going to be adding in several hashtags, places, people, phrases, comments, and then we can essentially activate the system after we finish that. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Right, guys, so Ikkonics has now been finished in terms of settings. So let's see exactly what we have here. So in the general targeting, as you can see, so the nature of our business for Ikkonics in this Instagram is social media growth. Now, what makes a lot of sense is mainly targeting people within marketing, of course, people within technology. We've also added in a few entrepreneur-style hashtags, which is very, very good, because most entrepreneurs are trying to market their products and services and businesses through online and social media platforms. So this will definitely be a big hashtag for us. Also, we've been looking into some of the following hashtags that are more broad and general. In the phrases and comments, here we've included a mixture. So we've included two very broad and basic comments, and two a little bit more specialized and self-promoting. It's definitely good to mix these things up, and naturally our smart systems will start to amalgamate your list, and the system will start adding a few more different phrases and comments here and there, just to switch things up and increase the engagement further. So that's definitely something to note. Don't go too overboard in this section. Having anywhere from 3 to about 10 comments max is pretty much the way to go. For the repost targeting, typically we always recommend the repost to be a lot more specialized than the general targeting. Repost, you really want to target purely either your competitors or a specific person or a specific place. In this case, what we really want to target is the marketing people. And a few of the entrepreneurs and new business owners. And that's basically our demographic for this test. We don't really want to target anyone outside that circle, because that circle would be the closest to our pure clientele and demographic for this one. So essentially here we just click activate and then proceed. And now that is being activated. Next, we're going to be filling in the account for Ikkonics. Hi guys, and we're back. So here are the settings that we put together for Ikkonics. Just to give you some background, Ikkonics is an online health shop, and they sell everything from superfoods, blends, oils, all sorts of healthy products. So typically here in general targeting, what we are looking at is typically targeting the healthy vegans, raw food diet people, healthy body, skin choices, healthy eating, pretty much anything to do with that type of demographic. That's what we're pretty much generally focusing on. For the phrases and comments, here we're doing something slightly different just to test and see the efficiency of the system. Here we don't really give the system much to work with in terms of comments. This is mainly just adding on to the engagement factor and just adding more comments right across the board, just very generally. Like I said, we'll be switching this over every week, and in this case study, we're really trying to test the system in pretty much every other way. So we'll be testing just very, very broad and simple comments, as well as very in-depth comments, probably in the next week or two. In the repost targeting, this one's going to be very, very specialized, and also unlike before where we were focusing on purely hashtags, here we're focusing purely on people. So we picked out a little over 10 profiles which all have really good followings. So what we're really trying to do is attract people that follow those people and very intelligently repost that very relevant content, and getting extra views and people drawing towards the profile. So that pretty much covers Ikkonics' settings, so let's go ahead and activate that. Hi guys, and we're back. So here is MyTradingPal settings that we have. So just to give you some background, guys, so MyTradingPal is a trading app. It's essentially a market assistance service, and it helps new traders get their footing in with trading and gets them trading profitably over time. So our demographic for this would be more or less anyone involved within trading, stock trading, forex, the lifestyle behind trading, money, pretty much entrepreneurship, business, market. So in general targeting, we've just basically flung a lot of that in there, and then what we'll do over the next few weeks is we'll refine and see exactly what's working better, what's not working as good, and then see where we go from there, basically. And in terms of our phrases and comments here, so knowing the industry and catching up with the team at MyTradingPal, basically we were informed that it's a very, very spam-like industry. Now what that really means is we need to be very careful in terms of the phrases and comments that we're pushing out, to make it not so self-promoting to say, oh, you know, check us out, make money with us, do this, do that. You know, people won't really respond very well with that. So what we've done here is we've, in a very light way, tried to engage and say, you know, we've got some ideas for this, you know, I like what you've done here, check us out if you get a chance. You know, we're really lightly, indirectly saying, you know, let's connect, let's talk, rather than sort of just throwing in a very attackive promotion, you know, check us out, win £1,000 by next week, you know, those sort of things. Those sort of things just do not work in this day and age. So we really need to be very wary and have a light approach for this. So this is what we went with so far. In terms of reposting and targeting, we really want to sort of have much more of a focused targeting for the reposting, because one thing is the spam-like posts that you see all the time on Instagram in terms of money and stuff like that. But another thing is we really want to focus mainly on the buyers rather than sort of people that are actively trading already and don't really need a trading app. So for in this case, we do have Forex being a very broad hashtag, but then we are suddenly trying to target people within interest in success and successful quotes, sort of on the motivation side of things. Again, entrepreneurship is quite big for this type of era, and then also looking into market and finance. So nothing really too major in terms of repost targeting, but we really want to have a lot more of a condensed list rather than this huge one that we have in general targeting. So this is so far our targeting for MyTradingPal. We're just going to go and activate that. So that will be it for the setup. So now all three accounts are fully activated. Just to give you guys a final rundown for the numbers. So Ikkonics, remember we started off on completely zero, so it's a fresh new account. Ikkonics, we're 1,075 followers, 51 posts, and 38 following. And then for MyTradingPal, we are at 398 posts, 9,049 followers, and the following is 206.